Hello writers, welcome to today's class. In this lesson, we're going to study mentor text in a search for elaboration strategies. So yesterday, I have invited you to go over the checklist to check whether you have hitting all the points and to see if you're missing any points or parts. And today in this lesson, I would like to focus on elaboration. So what is an elaboration and how do we elaborate? According to the checklist, it says I wrote facts, definitions, details, and observations about my topic and explained some of them. And when we look at the grade 4 checklist, it says I told my readers different things about the subject. I chose those subtopics because they were important and interesting. Different kinds of facts, knowledge and observation, different organization, compare contrast, cause and effect, pros and cons. So today in this lesson, we're going to learn how to elaborate on our writing. So writers, do you remember when you were working on stories, your narrative? We learned that instead of taking giant steps through the events, it is important to tell the story little by little, including details, dialogue, and thinking. When you learn to write little by little as narrative writers, you are learning to elaborate. So do you remember when we talked about the heart of a story? The heart of a story is like the most important part where it gives life to the rest of the story. And I also share the metaphor of walking or jogging, and then when we see something that caught your attention, we just stopped and stare at it for quite a bit of time. And that's what the heart of story is like, a point where we want to spend more time and a point where we look for more details. And information writers, we also need to elaborate. Whereas narrative writers, sometimes reread a draft, decide on the heart of the story, and then stretch that part out by adding in what a character said or did. Information writers elaborate in very different ways. And whenever I want to, and for me, and for today, I want to teach you that when informational writers revise, they often consider ways they can add more or elaborate. Information writers can learn to elaborate by studying mentor text, taking note of all of the different kinds of information that writers use to teach readers about subtopics. So, whenever I want to do something as a writer, I find it helpful to look at a text I like and to search for instances. So for me, I went on to Epic and I searched for badminton there. And today I'm going to ask you to do the same. If your topic is sports, then I want you to find or search for sports. It could be your topic or it could be a different topic. If you're writing about a game, then you can search for books about games. If you're writing about a person, why don't you go and read more biographies? And if you're writing about a place, then you can find a book about a place on Epic. And I want you to spend some time reading those non-fiction books that has the same topic as yours. And look for how the author of the book elaborates in their writing. So for me, I chose badminton. This is the book that I'm going to refer to, and this will be my mentor text. And today I'm going to ask you to find your own mentor text that you can refer to. And this is what I found. So I'm going to now compare my mentor text with my writing. And this is how I started my badminton information writing. Badminton is a racket game played by 2 people, but it can also be played by 4 people. The objective is to hit a birdie over the net and into the opponent's court in such a way that it can't be returned. So let's have a look at how this author started the introduction. Here, the author said, many people think of badminton as a relaxing backyard activity, but competitive badminton is the world's fastest racket sport. Do you see how this author elaborated on badminton instead of just going right into, badminton is a racket sport, which is what I did in my writing. This writer elaborated on that and then explain more about badminton that we do not know. And let's go on and read more. Players use rackets to hit a shuttlecock, which is also called a shuttle or birdie, back and forth over the net. Then try to keep the shuttle from touching the floor on their half of the court. Competitive badminton players have to be in great shape. So that's how we elaborate. That's how we add more details, and that's how we add more information. And I also liked, and I flipped some more pages, and I found this page where it talks about different rackets, different tools and equipments. For me, I only listed the equipments that I think I will need when I play the badminton. Whereas this author, they included the picture and the explanation. Picture and different parts and explanations. So let's take a look at another example. Getting hit in the eye with a racket or shuttle can seriously injure you. To protect your eyes, wear approved safety goggles or glasses. They won't get in the way of seeing the court or the shuttle, and they will keep your eyes safe. Can you see how this author elaborate on this? Instead of just simply saying, you need to wear a protection or a goggle or glasses to keep your eyes safe. Instead of that, the author talked about why it's important to wear the glasses and what kind of tools or equipments are there and why it's beneficial. So it's important that when you're giving out the information, we talked about how you're teaching someone about your topic, and it's always better to elaborate and give out a lot of the information in detail so the readers can understand in full. So for today's activity, writers, I'm going to ask you to go on to Epic and find one mentor text you can refer to, but make sure to choose a book that's very related to your topic. And then I want you to read through those books, and I want you to take a picture of a part or a page of your mentor text which you like to try. So for me, I took a picture of this part, the different equipments, and I want you to take a picture of it, and then I want you to try the same strategy that the author used. And I want you to go back to your information writing and try elaborate your section just like how the author demonstrated. So, and on Seesaw, please share 2 photos, one of your mentor text and another one is your information writing, but this one should be elaborated. So those are the 2 photos that I'll be looking for, and I hope you have fun reading your mentor text and elaborate on your writing, and I'll see you later. Bye now.